We know that the new live-action Lilo and Stitch movie is coming next week, May 23rd to be exact, and recently they had a premiere and a lot of people are saying great things about this. The whole marketing within the Lilo and Stitch live-action movie is honestly great. We see Stitch going through different movie posters of other live-action movies such as Snow White and The Lion King, which actually look really good. And recently Disney has been putting a lot of effort to Stitch actually becoming an animatronic driving around Santa Monica Beach. Take a look. They're putting their love into the marketing, which I think they should do for every single live action Disney film. When it comes to these certain type of films that Disney makes, it doesn't really get too much love from the audience, especially with the new adaptation of Snow White not really doing too well in the box office, losing money rather than making money. This actually resulted to Disney saying they're gonna stop taking a break from the live action movies and see what the problem is. And ever since the first trailer came out for Lilo and Stitch, everyone absolutely loved this live action design, and now knowing that some of the original cast is making cameos with different characters, I think people are in for a treat. The movie looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. We've seen exclusive clips that they released here and there. With over a minute plus footage, we really see these characters bonding and also the troubles these characters go through. I know they're gonna change up the story just a little bit. The first Lilo and Stitch averaged about 125 minutes. This movie is averaging about an hour 45. It's gonna be nice to see what they decided to add, what they decided to remove. But also, speaking of removing, it is now being confirmed that Captain Gantu is officially not in the live action Lilo and Stitch. If you don't know who that is, basically it's this big buff alien who's just trying to capture Stitch so he could go back to his planet, back to his capture, which is kind of making me confused a little bit because this was supposed to be like the main villain of Lilo and Stitch. So without that character, where is that main antagonist we're trying to look for? There's more pros and cons, and I think this movie can be significantly well with or without the main villain, depends on what it is. I personally haven't seen the movie yet since it's May 18th at the time of this recording, so I can't really give you my full opinion, just going based off the clips of what we're seeing and the news. But in terms of live action for Disney and what's the future, it looks like this movie can change the whole perspective. Everybody and their mama, yes, including yours, loves Stitch. Stitch is basically the second mascot of Disney. Everyone who loved the first Lilo and Stitch and the second one and the series that they made are going to be attending this film, including myself, just to see what's different from the original. Maybe it could be better than the original, and Stitch is going to be back on top once again. But if this movie does really well and perceived well by the audience, it's looking like we're going to get more than just Lilo and Stitch in live action once again. We're going to go on the live action route, because we were supposed to get a live action Tangle in the near future, but they stopped due to Snow White's tremendous fallout. But if they see a movie do really well and their newest adaptation of live action, it could be looking like we're gonna get more and more live action films, more than animated films maybe, because this live action had a budget of only $100 million, which makes it one of the cheapest live action movies that Disney has made. This is being compared to other movies like Snow White, which average around $240 to $280 million. Stitch is rising on top again. Critics are already loving this movie, saying it's wholehearted, especially the finale, and it's also well rooted with the original Lilo and Stitch, which I think that should start being the game plan for every live action remake. Just have a few little tweaks and I think it could be a great movie and a great thing in the box office. The people behind Disney live action movies can be probably taking notes right now based off this movie and basing off the audience reaction, whether or not they like it. This could be really good towards Tangled. Tangled is another movie that fans love, one of the best princesses throughout Disney's catalog, because by going off these trailers, a lot of people are excited because this is what the fans want to see, as in the aliens looking actually really real, and you can just enjoy it already. You already feel the nostalgic vibes from the original Lilo and Stitch. Within the first 24 hours of this trailer being released, it got over 5 million views, which is very impressive and you can't lie about it. There is Disney movies that should be just kept in the vault, not really be touched with, perfect as it is, and we have movies that should just be expanded upon his horizon, which is considered the live action remakes, and this is one of those movies that absolutely should be, because there's a bunch of lasers and so much action that you could put with CGI, and by it being a sci-fi fantasy as well, because Stitch is Experiment 626, I think it's just a great way to introduce it in the live action big screen. This is what we needed for a long time. The cast is looking amazing, honestly, you can't lie about it. Embracing the Hawaiian heritage, characters fitting the part, perfectly being fit for them. Lilo, everybody loves her already, and the person who voiced Stitch in 2002 is coming back to reprise his role as Stitch in this one. Chris Sanders just does an amazing job. I don't think no one else can top it. There's probably some great Stitch impersonators, but you cannot top the original. The music was also one of the things that also brought Lilo and Stitch together, and they're bringing that into this film with Hawaiian roller coaster ride, incorporating Elvis Presley in the movie as well because Lilo admires him so much. I'm just glad we have a good fresh start, a good fresh adaptation of what a live action movie should be. They do leave some space for some future plot points of the movie that could change from the original film. I don't see a problem with it. I think it could go really well depending on how it is. With the character of Stitch, you don't know what he's going to. He could either be blowing up a truck or just drinking water out of a toilet alien sink. So with the live action Stitch being held up into play, I don't know what he could do. He could do all sorts of things. But then when it comes to Lilo and Stitch, they also have to inhabit that sad moment, especially when Lilo says Ohana means family. No one gets left behind. I don't know why. It's just gonna be so sad because it doesn't inhabit the whole family concept. And also, I just love the characters of this universe, especially Bubbles. You gotta love Mr. Bubbles. And then they demonstrate Stitch so well with him having a chaotic side, this crazy side that doesn't care what he does, and then you have his sad side, his emotional side, where you just understand the character in a whole deeper level. And that's why Stitch is such a great character, because there's two sides and you get to see both of them very vividly. Hopefully they show that in the actual movie, more chaos and more emotions. I'm excited to see where the direction of this movie is going to be taking place. Lilo and Stitch, live action, CGI, animation, is still a family movie at the end of the day. With the movie coming out in less than a week, there's gonna be probably maybe one more promotional thing that they will do, because in SoCal, Stitch is everywhere. Billboards, AMC theaters, Santa Monica Pier, you name it. He also was joining other apps with people that were on live just to see how they were doing. It was just so cool. And that's that immersive marketing that I just love, and I think everyone loves that as well. Whether you grew up with Stitch or haven't even heard of Stitch, maybe you heard of it but never really seen what he looks like, this film is looking very promising, and you best believe this could be the redemption arc of Disney live action movies. But that's all I got for today's video. Make sure to tune in, subscribe, hit that like button, join the Blockbuster family. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. The Office is already done. Further news to come with that within the next week. This wouldn't have happened without everyone's support, so I appreciate it. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited to see the new live action Lilo and Stitch? Do you prefer the original movie? Do you also think that this could be the redemption arc for Disney for the live action movies? Leave a comment below, and once again, don't forget to have a great day and take care.